Good to get back to winning ways, Peter.
Yeah, great. Yeah, if you can pick up a win any Saturday is a good thing to do, but especially against the team second in the table. I thought we managed the conditions very well in the first half of playing against the wind. We had to see out the first 15 minutes of pressure from Edinburgh. I think Alex Mitchell makes a great save in the first 3 minutes, and then we had to see through 3 or 4 corners. We did that, the team sticking together, and then we've gone up the other end. We've got 2 penalties and only scored 1. But that goes to show, I think Aidan Smith was excellent today, along with Christian Nade. So we then come to the second half, knew it was going to be a bit different, and they had to go for it a little bit. So we ended up picking up bits and pieces of space, and to score another 2 goals with Christian Nade getting on the score sheet, his first goal for the club, which is great in this period. I don't know if he scored the last period, and Moxie putting in a great ball, Owen Moxon, and then another set piece with Swinglehurst getting a goal. So very pleasing. We conceded from a set piece, although I didn't think it was a free kick leading up to that set piece, but we need to defend it a little bit better. But I think Stephen Swinglehurst did defend it, but he kicked it onto Blair Henderson and it ricochets and goes in, so that was an unfortunate one. But I think the character from our boys to then come back, coming back to 1-1, to then going 2-1, 3-1, it's excellent.
Changes at both ends of the park today, so everyone's playing their part well.
Absolutely, yeah. I think when you probably looked at the team sheet and seen that Tony Wallace and Tom Muir are out of the team and they're our top goal scorers. It worked today because Christian gets his goal and Moxie sets it up, playing in the position that Tony would have done, but it was for a tactical reason where he put Moxie in there, and Tony knows that, although he probably wouldn't be too happy about it. But it worked today, might not work another time, so yeah, very pleased with that.
What happened between you and the referee there with the sending off?
I'm not sure why he sent me off, because Christian Nade gets a head knock, and my understanding of the rules was if there's any player that gets a head knock, the game should be stopped to look after the player. He didn't stop the game, so Christian's ended up being on the ground for 30-40 seconds, and then when the physios went on to see him, I just asked the referee, can you protect my players please? Christian then had to come off dizzy and had to make a change straight away, so when the ball went out I just shouted up to the linesman, can I make a change because of the head knock? The referee didn't like that, so he came back and asked me to leave, and I asked him why was he asking me to leave, and he couldn't tell me that either. So I'm a little bit confused as to why I don't know if it's a sent off or you've just been asked to leave, or I'm quite confused about what happened there.
A few other results being quite kind to us today in terms of the playoff position, so
I haven't heard the results yet, so what are the results?
Elgin beat Clyde, won against Stirling Albion, so
and Clyde won against Stirling Albion, right?
A good gap between fifth, so we're looking good for the playoffs.
I think to make that assumption would be wrong at this stage when there's so many games left to go, because obviously you'd say when it gets to mathematically certain, then you go, yeah, we're looking good for the playoffs. But before that, I wouldn't want to take any chances, because if you settle into thinking you're going to be in the playoffs 2 weeks down the line, you could find that you haven't won and the other teams have won, and that gap closes and it becomes a little bit more of a pressure. So all we're doing now is just trying to concentrate on what we're doing, pick up as many points as we can, and see where that takes us.